give you a little bit of a very, very shortened version of her life. So Miss Fuschi is a Steinway artist. Nobody, you don't just like wake up one day and say, I want to be a Steinway artist. You have to be chosen to be a Steinway artist. And Miss Fuschi has toured around the world. She has performed with multiple orchestras all over the place. But where Miss Fuschi has invested her life is in students. Okay, so for 2 decades, she was the director of the pre-college division of Juilliard. Darcy is very serious. And so she's actually an A+ student, like literally more than 4.0 student, okay? Yeah. So, leaving Asian Tech Mom, I'm telling Darcy, you're going to be a doctor, lawyer, or engineer. Yeah, worst case scenario, engineer, okay? So Darcy was like, no, I want to be like you. I want to play the piano really well as well. Okay, this is a child that cannot be deterred. So actually she comes in every day. So Darcy is learning herself, but she's also teaching other kids. So she's a helper and a student. So we go a lot. Darcy is also has a lot of friends. So she convinced a lot of her friends to join Keys and Success. So all of a sudden, actually, since COVID, we suddenly added that next layer, which is very interesting for us, right? Because when we used to have little kids, it was like me and Francis, trying to cajole them to practice, and we were like so much older than them. It was like nothing for them to look up to, right? But then now we added this layer of high schoolers who are super motivated. Familiar with pre-college programs. There are pre-college programs everywhere, right? And for the most part, pre-college students are treated like, just something for you to do on a Saturday. There's nothing more than that, right? But Ms. Fuschi came along and said, oh no, this is not going to be the case. We're going to treat them like college students, literally. And if anybody has played piano, you know that it's actually very unusual to play with an orchestra, right, as a soloist. But Ms. Fuschi came along and said, every single one of you are going to learn full-length concertos, memorize it, play from memory in front of a jury, and compete for a chance to play with the orchestra. And Juilliard had its own pre-college orchestra, which is professional levels, right? And we didn't just have one competition, we had multiple competitions, right? Juilliard was like a second home to us, really. We were there all the time, practicing or taking lessons all during the weekdays, and then on Saturdays we'll take theory and so choir.
The whole regimen at the pre-college, it was really something. I would come into their lesson, my studio, and she and her sister would be asleep on the couch, and because they were up, and they only had 3 hours sleep side by side. It's one of those she became an engineer just through. I thought, I think I'll be an engineer. It quite happened that way. So they would be, and I'd say, okay, which one of you first? And I said, the other one keep going sleeping, because I knew they needed it.
So pre-college days, when I look back, it's like the who's who went to the Juilliard pre-college in the 80s, right? It was truly the who's who's. And this is all, Ms. Fuschi's doing. One of the things that I've talked about, a little bit to some people is how I patterned Keys of Success after my childhood. One of the things that Ms. Fuschi did was she created this summer camp. It's called Esterwood Music Festival. And I think it started in upstate, right? Dobbs Ferry?
Yes, it did.
Dobbs Ferry, right? And then it just grew and grew. It started off with just a few instruments, and it just became like a whole orchestra. And we went beyond New York, we went to England,
We went to a place
yeah,
in
we went to
Italy,
Spain, yeah, we went everywhere, right? And so that is actually an inspiration for what we do here at Keys to Success, right? So as many of you know, summertime is like the best time of the year for us because we have our 6-week summer camps, right? Everything you play has a message. What I just played, right?
message. It's amazing. You know how hard this piece is to make it a musical piece, and not to stun everybody and make them say, "Oh my God, the power, the power." Well, how about the message? And it's so difficult to get a message when it's so thick. You know, thick pages. I mean, you can't try to find a white space. You know, working on. It's unbelievable. I'm so proud of you. More proud than a theater. And the Levine Legacy is awards every year to young artists, recording artists. And this year, we're pleased to give an award to the library.
Yes.
She doesn't know about this. The Levine Legacy, and it's for 2023. The first Rosina Levine Award for Education in the Arts. In recognition of her inspirational founding at Keys to Success, a path to quality music education, providing invaluable opportunities for the underprivileged young. Jee-Hoon Krska, PhD, ECF.